What changes people is when your should becomes a must. When suddenly the thing you said should happen has to happen.
So it's really about you being in the state where you execute. It's like I always tell people, knowledge is not power, it's total BS. Knowledge is potential power. Execution trumps knowledge every day of the week. People ask me all the time, what is success? And it's so individual. I would never tell somebody else what success is. I would say when most people are pursuing success, I think what they're really pursuing is not a word, they're pursuing a greater quality of life. And in order to have an extraordinary quality of life, it's got to be life on your terms. And some people's idea of an extraordinary life is, writing beautiful poetry or having a garden. Some people's idea is building $1 billion company. Some people is 3.2 perfect children. I don't know what the 2 comes from, 0.2, but they do. Everyone has a different idea. So my approach to helping entrepreneurs, business people, or anyone is to say, you got to figure out what is an extraordinary life for you. What would that look like today? Not 5 years ago, 10 years ago, but today. The way you look at life alive instead of an old story.
The number one thing that's going to change your life, the only thing that will change your life, change your business, change your money, change your relationship, is you must raise your standard. And I know that sounds boring, stupid, basic, but it's the truth. The only thing that changes our life long term is when we raise our standards. What does that mean? That sounds so boring and dumb. It means that all of us in life have things we want. We don't get what we want. We get what we have to have. Remember I said earlier, we all get what we tolerate in ourselves and other people. But when you're no longer willing to tolerate something, that's when your life changes. The difference in people is their standards, period. The difference in people is their standards, period. And what do I mean by standards? Everyone in the world has a list of things they think they should do. I should lose weight. I should work out. I should spend more time with my kids. I should work harder. I should make more calls. I should. And then you know what? People don't do their shoulds, and they get mad at themselves, and they what I call should all over themselves. They beat themselves up about it. What changes people is when your should becomes a must. When suddenly the thing you said should happen has to happen. That's when human beings change. It's like if you want to take the island and you're the head of the army and you want to take the island, the most powerful way to take the island is burn the boats. Because if there's no way to go back, it's amazing what happens when it's a must to do something versus a should. That's what makes human beings succeed.
You get on an airplane, what's the first thing they say? If we get into trouble, mask will come down, oxygen's there, and the first thing you got to do is put it on your kid, right? No, why? Who do they tell you to put it on? Yourself, you selfish bastard. What's the deal here, right? But it's because if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of them. So for leaders, what I always tell them is, it's you first. It starts with you, and it starts with your psychology. 80% of growing a business, if you look at what the chokehold is on a business, it's always the leader. And 80% of that chokehold is the psychology, and 20% is the mechanics. I mean, people in this room know the mechanics and strategies beyond what anybody on earth knows in their category. So it's really about you being in the state where you execute. It's like I always tell people, knowledge is not power, it's total BS. Knowledge is potential power. Execution trumps knowledge every day of the week. And so my life is, how do you get yourself to execute? And execution comes from learning to put yourself in that right state. I think this concept of asymmetrical risk reward, which I got from multiple of these multi-billionaires that started with nothing. The idea that don't think in terms of taking huge risks to get huge rewards. Think about the least amount of risk for the greatest reward and be disciplined about that. I've created out of that kind of like core 4 for even my own designs of my asset allocation. I look at everything, and my first question I do with my advisors is I go, okay, show me how we're not going to lose money. Because I've learned that from these guys. It's like every other time I go, how are we going to make money at this? How are we not lose money? I mean, Richard Branson, when he was starting Virgin Airlines, he's a risk taker with his life. I mean, the guy does crazy stuff we all know about, but he's not a risk taker in business. His whole question is, what's the downside? How do I protect it? And so he went to Boeing and got them to agree that if he wasn't successful in the first 2 years, he could give the planes back and have no liability whatsoever. That's the way these guys think.
So, how do we make sure it's not going to lose money? And then out of that, it's really asset allocation. Where's the asymmetrical risk reward? If it's not asymmetrical, I'm not in. And then thirdly, of course, I'm looking at this for tax efficiency, because you only get the money you get to keep. It's not what you earn, it's what you keep that you get to spend. And then fourthly, I look at diversification at all levels, not only within asset classes and individual assets, but also worldwide and in timing. Because no one's going to be right about timing. No one's going to be right about selection. And I learned that by being around them. So I look at that as my basic core four, and the asymmetrical risk reward and the discipline about not losing money are huge, even though they're very simple thoughts. How many of you have a clear exit strategy? 87% of all businesses will never be sold because the person didn't know what they're doing. Most people don't run their business in a way where they can legitimately sell it. They had no exit strategy and they'll go away. It'll make you run your business differently if you run it where it's possible to sell it. If you don't, you're gonna run it like something is not a business and you'll never grow in anything. Without an exit strategy, all you have is a job, an expensive job. A job with a lot of responsibility, a job with a lot of risk. You call it a business, but without an exit strategy, it's not. The purpose of a business is to build a system that can make money when you're not there, and if you've done right, a business you could sell for a multiple.